Hi, I'm Euge Valovirta, and I will show you what's the difference, or is there any difference, between a Soldano SLO-100 and a 5150 black letter, you know, when I do chugging. The signal chain. ESP M1 from 87 with the Seymour Duncan Distortion pickup. Into the pedal board, I'm using Maxon OD808 with the Soldano and a CHUGS Custom Badass modified OD with the 5150. There's not much gain, not much level, just to tighten up the incoming signal a little bit. The cabinet is oversized Mesa Boogie, and I'm miking one of the V30s with a single 57. Alright, let's start with the SLO. As you hear, they are fairly similar. I feel the SLO is a tiny bit clearer and it's tighter. Even though I have the overdrives in front of both, you see the settings from the pictures. I love both of these amps. These amps are actually the two amps that I've been using a lot lately. We've been recording the guitars to CYHRA's next album now a little bit. There's gonna be a approximately week session in the near future. Marcus, our other guitar player, is coming here to my studio and I'll kind of dial these amps a little bit to fit different songs, but these two amps will probably be the main rhythm guitars. Soldano left, 5150 right, but obviously we'll see. But I dialed them fairly similarly, but there's enough difference, even though we're most likely gonna use my Mesa Boogie cabinet with 330s and with the carnivores that's in there. They are still different enough that we're actually able to get a little bit wider and bigger stereo image and bigger sound, because they are two different amps, even though they sound very similar. And that's the whole idea, have a really good rhythm guitar sound. With two main amps, of course, we are, and I have used the Bad Boy, the Little Brother, the Vader, the Jose on those two. Sometimes there's 2 tracks, sometimes 4 tracks. But yeah, as you hear, you know, for chugging, I think it's just a matter of personal preferences. I love both for this kind of heavy sound. They have this lower mid quack on both. Yeah, Soldano is kind of tiny bit maybe clearer, and the SLO 5150 is kind of this big, what is known like this, just, you know, 5150 thing. I love these amps, and I love Marshalls too. You know, and rectifier. But hey, there you go. You know, great amps. Hopefully you found this interesting and informative. Excuse me, I don't really if my playing was repetitive or something, I don't really recall what I played. I just doodled something totally from the top of my head. I need to probably listen to this, or I will listen when I edit the audio to the video, that maybe there was some actually usable riffs in there. Sometimes you come up with riffs like that, or actually I come up with riffs that are actually ends up being on albums many times like that, just by having fun and noodling. Because, you know, this is all about having fun. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care. Bye.